Hi, Mike Caccioppoli here. Folks, when are we going to get rid of these neoliberals? When are we going to just throw them out? Now, we talk a lot about Congress and President and, House and Senate, but I think you guys need to understand, I hope many of you do, that it needs to really start on the local level. It needs to work up that way. It needs to start with city council and mayor and governor. It has to be very localized. We have too many neoliberals here in, let's just say, the state of California and the city of San Francisco. Jerry Brown, Anthony Rendon, who just knocked down the California healthcare bill in the Senate, SB 562. Dianne Feinstein. Um, until we really get rid of these people on a local level, we're not going to be able to get rid of them on a federal level. It really has to start from the ground up. It has to start from the ground up. Now, even though, as a candidate for mayor of San Francisco, and as mayor of San Francisco, obviously the city doesn't have much to do. We already have our Healthy San Francisco healthcare plan here with this bill or getting it passed. But in a way, the mayor of San Francisco could make a difference because San Francisco is such a big city. It's one of the largest cities in California. It is considered one of the most influential cities in the country. So don't you think, like a mayor of San Francisco, if he or she used their position almost as a bully pulpit to support something like this, to support this legislation, which is good for all Californians, and of course therefore good for San Franciscans who would be able to use this system. This system would take over. This would be the system. It would be a single-payer healthcare bill for California, and San Francisco, being one of the biggest cities in California, would benefit greatly. The citizens of this city would benefit greatly, over 700,000 people, from a universal healthcare plan here in California, a single-payer bill. But do we have a mayor here, Ed Lee, who basically just sits in his office pushing papers and pencils? That's it. He was gung-ho for Hillary Clinton, did nothing for Bernie Sanders, even though there's so many progressive voters in this city who love Bernie Sanders. And wouldn't it be great if we had the mayor of the city coming out and condemning Rendon and saying, he must be removed. Dianne Feinstein, Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Brown, these are the people who we have to get rid of. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a mayor in this city who came out and said that, who used San Francisco, the bully pulpit of mayor of San Francisco, to come out and try to make a difference? Wouldn't it be great? Instead of hiring an office and putting out a press release, maybe saying, I'm disappointed this hasn't happened, but I don't think he's even done that yet. But who cares? I mean, the mayor of San Francisco should have a strong voice in all of these matters, city-wise, state-wise, country-wise, federally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's something we don't have here in San Francisco. That's a reason, one of the reasons why I'm running for mayor. We need a mayor who's going to come out and be a true progressive and fight these phony neoliberal elitists like Anthony Rendon and Dianne Feinstein and Nancy Pelosi and unfortunately now Jerry Brown. Now, we know that Rendon took about $500,000 from the healthcare industry. We know that, about $475,000, I believe, from the healthcare industry. We know that Eric Bauman, the new California State Party chair, was an advisor of his. We know that Bauman also worked for the pharmaceutical business and helped knock down Proposition 61, which was going to lower the costs of prescription drugs. So it's all tied in. They're all neoliberal corporatists. That's all they are. And they hide behind this phony Democratic Party, which no longer represents the people. No longer represents the people. Doesn't care about the people at all. Folks, this is one of the reasons why I'm running for mayor of this city. Not only to fight to make San Francisco a progressive city, a truly progressive city, from the top down, not just the grassroots, from the top down, but also to help this country become more progressive. City by city, state by state, people like me will run and win, and we'll make this whole country more progressive. So when people say, why are you running? You don't have much experience with politics and local politics. I say, because I have a passion here. I have a passion to bring my voice, my strong, progressive voice to the city of San Francisco. Something that, as long as I've lived here, and a lot of people who I know have lived here decades say never really existed. So we must start fighting from the local level. We must start fighting from the local level. We can't just look at president. We can't do that. We can't just be passionate about president. And when I say passionate, I mean about joining a campaign or volunteering or donating money. We can't just say, oh, I'm going to wait till 2020. I gave a lot last year. I'm just going to wait till 2020. I mean, look at what's happening here. The neoliberals are not giving up power. We can talk all we want about making strides, but we're starting to look like the Democrats and Pelosi, who when they lose by 5 or 6 points say, oh, we're winning. You know, reality doesn't exist. We have the neoliberals here in the city saying the homeless problem's gotten better, went down by 1%. What kind of bullshit are they talking about? We have eyes. It's getting worse. We have 10 cities. This is a third world country here on the streets of San Francisco, and I'm not being overly dramatic. People who live here know it. People who don't live here come and see it. I know people who won't come here anymore, tourists who won't give us their money anymore because they're tired of the homeless. They're tired of walking over homeless people and seeing people lying in the street dying. Can you blame them? No. When's it going to end? It's not going to end. It's not going to end. It's not going to end with Ed Lee. It's not going to end with the neoliberal, phony progressives, elitist corporatists who are running for mayor also. My opponents. It's not. And they can talk about taking the city in a new direction. There's no new, what new direction? What new direction when these people never even come out and publicly criticize Ed Lee, who said he's a neoliberal disaster? They haven't done that because they don't believe it. Because they are also neoliberal disasters. And nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. And if it doesn't, in 5 years, 10 years down the line, San Francisco is going to be it's going to be a terrible city to live in. It's going to be a terrible city to visit. It's going to be a city of the rich. It's already a city of the rich and poor, but it's going to be like something out of a Dickens novel a decade from now if it continues. We can't allow it. We can't allow it. We need a true, strong, progressive voice. This is why I'm running. You see, if I were mayor right now and something like this happened with SB 562, I'd be out there in front of City Hall calling for Rendon's job. Calling for his job. Telling people to get a progressive in that slot and kick his ass out. That's what I would be doing. I don't see the current mayor doing this. I don't see any of my opponents early on in this campaign doing it. This is what we need. A strong progressive voice to fight city issues, state issues, federal issues, to be out there fighting on a daily basis for this city and this country. This is a big vision. Yes, of course it's about San Francisco, but it's about the nation. It has to start locally, folks. It has to start locally. We need to get rid of Feinstein. We need to get rid of Pelosi. We need to get rid of Rendon. We need to get rid of the Baumans. We need to stop electing the Jerry Browns just because they are this much better than the guy before him, Schwarzenegger. Maybe not. Maybe not. So please go to my website, Mike4, the number 4, sfmayor.com. Mike4, the number 4, sfmayor.com. And look at I'm going to start putting up videos. This is, I think, is going to be my first on the website. I'm going to have video commentary where you'll learn more about me and how I feel about the issues instead of just writing these little statements, 10 issues with a paragraph next to each one where your eyes start to glaze over. I'm going to be doing video commentaries from here in my apartment and also out in the streets, talking to people, and we're going to put it all on there, and it's going to be interactive. You'll get a measure of who I am. We have almost 2.5 years, I know, and when people see that, they go, oh, I'll get involved a year from now. I'll get involved 1.5 years from now. It's not going to be good enough, because by that time, the neoliberal corporate elitist opponents are going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank account. You see, we have to start now. I have to start now. Believe me. Believe me, I'm one of those people that believe the campaign should be 30 days, but in this country, it's just not possible. You can't beat these neoliberal corporate rich elitists in 30 days or 6 months or a year or a year and a half. You have to start early. You have to start early, and it's going to make my job tougher because I'm doing it for 2.5 years, not a year. But I need your help. I need your help. Go to my website, Mike4, sfmayor.com. Sign up. It takes a second. Sign up. Get my updates. If you live in San Francisco, volunteer. Tell me what you can do. Are you a tech person? Great. I need help with that. Do you want to go out there to events with me? Table? Great. Let's do it. Click on donate. Click on donate. It's the first page. Donate to my campaign. Give what you can. Give $27. Let's do what Bernie did. Let's make the average donation $27. That'll be fantastic. I'd be thrilled. If you can't give that much, give $5, $10. If you can give more, give more. 500 is the max contribution for the entire campaign. Go out, help me fight for a progressive San Francisco. Help me fight for a progressive country. Let's get rid of these neoliberals that have been in power too fucking long. Thank you. Mike Caccioppoli for mayor of San Francisco in 2019, and I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it.